Hey there. So today we're going to talk about the new 2023 SEO recipe for local home services. So this is I'm recording this in April of 2023. I put 2023 in it because it's really important to have these things be current. Google changes their algorithm all the time, and there was an update in December of 2022, and there was another update in March of 2023. So this is specific to this time. And so if you're looking for this, if you're an SEO person or you're a business owner and you're trying to figure out how to get ranked higher in Google, this is a good place to start for 2023. If it's not 2023, if it's 2024 or 5, or this is still showing up in search, good. I'm glad to hear it's still showing up, but you probably should look for an updated version because there's a good chance that the algorithm has changed. So that said, let's jump right in. So what are the things that Google wants to see in search? So first is going to be Google Business. So the Google Business profile is going to be the first thing that they're going to look to figure out where you should appear in local search. And I should say, I didn't say this in the intro, this is specific to local search. So if you're a home services business, a personal services business that only serves a specific geographic area, this is going to be really relevant to you. If you're trying to rank nationally for e-commerce, something like that, there's probably going to be better things for you to look at. This is specific to local. So if you're a local business and you're trying to figure out how to rank well in Google, keep watching. This talks about it. So first is a Google Business profile. Second is going to be the content on your website. And third is going to be reviews. There are links, behavioral citations, and personalization as well. But the first three things on this comprise almost 70% of what it takes to get ranked in Google, and they're doable. I think for most business owners and SEO people that are starting out. So we're gonna focus on those because there's a lot of value there. So the Google Business profile is formerly Google Maps, and then Google My Business was what it's named now. By the time you're watching this, even in 2023, it may have changed names. They change it all the time. So the first thing is to claim and complete your profile. So this is pretty much, claiming, just Google it. It changes all the time. And it's its own thing. You just Google it and follow the instructions that they give you in order to claim it. Once it's claimed though, you're going to see that there is a whole bunch of new navigation that's available to you. There's, read reviews, edit profile, read reviews, messages. So we're talking about completing the profile. So let's look at where that is. So you click on edit profile up there. There's going to be all kinds of stuff in here that's going to be appropriate to your business. There's going to be some stuff that's not. This is a pest control company. As I scroll down here, you're going to see that there's brunch, delivery, things like that are not appropriate to a pest control company. Don't worry about it. If you're seeing those and they're not appropriate to your business, just ignore them. But the stuff that is appropriate to your business, be sure you fill that out. And if they provide you 750 words in order to describe your business, try to use all 750 of them if you can. Don't skimp out. Feed them as much information as they will let you feed them, because they use that to determine what your business does and whether or not you're an active participant in their products. So then make regular posts and use keywords and locations in your posts if possible. So let's look at what posts are. So a lot of people that use Google Business Profile or Google Maps on a regular basis will never see these posts. If you're watching this, you may be sitting there thinking, gosh, there's posts. There's posts in Google Business Profile exactly like there are on Facebook. We actually, for our SEO customers, and our social media management customers, we value Google Business Profile above Facebook. That's not to say that Facebook isn't important, but we make sure that we post the most to Google Business Profile, because if you think about your behavior, what are you doing? You're going to Google when you need a local service. You're typing in whatever that local service is on your phone or on your laptop or on your tablet. You're looking at the maps, seeing who's the most relevant or closest and relevant to your location. You're probably reading their reviews, and then you go to their website. So it's a good way to think about Google Business Profile is that it's the new front page of your website. people are still going to go to your website. They're still going to read about you. They're going to decide if they like you. They're going to possibly contact you through whatever contact, options you have on your website. So you still got to have an awesome website. I've got some podcasts on that as well. But definitely consider, fill this thing out, make sure you're posting to it. And then get your keywords in your posts. And so if you look at this, this post is specific to termites for this company. We get termites in there 3 times. Termites, then we get termite exterminators. We get the business name, Universal Pest Control. We've got cost effective in there, which is sort of a secondary keyword. Experience, sort of a secondary keyword. Those are all key things to have in this. You want to make sure you get your keywords in there because that indicates to Google that this is what you do. These are your services. So where are the posts? Again, they're going to be over here in your Google Business Profile. They show up. Not a lot of people see them, I don't think. There probably are people that read them, but they're probably like the really, really thorough users of Google. Mostly why we recommend our customers doing this is for feeding this information to the search engine and using Google's products, which if you listen to any of my other podcasts, they really like that. So, so this is a great way to send those signals to them, to say, hey, we're a local business and we are active in the area and we're using your products with keywords so that you can figure out what we do. So post regular photos of your services. So this could maybe see regularly post photos of your services. And then geotag all the photos in the posts and in photo uploads. So the photos are going to be here where the circle is. This is generally where people see them. Again, this is not, I don't think, something that people look for in a lot of things, like certainly bug and termite control, pest control. They're probably not going to look at photos. This is a window treatment company though, so there's a good chance people are looking at photos here. So let's see how to do that. So once you've claimed your profile, right, so we manage these guys too, and so you're going to see that we have that nav up there. There's a couple of places to add photos. The one on the left is add photo is that's going to allow you to update your logo and to change your front, like the banner of your Google Business Profile and stuff like that. You can go there. You can also add photos to the photo section. If you're just adding photos of somebody doing an HVAC install or something like that, you can add them in this second location over here in the Add Photos link. That's going to take you right to this page where you can drag photos or videos and just put them up there. As far as geotagging, I'm gonna pull that same trick again. You just Google it. There's a lot to say about that. We actually use Adobe Lightroom for that. And I think that's a really good way to do it in bulk. You can actually just drag stuff to a map, but there are other ways. There's online tools that allow you to do it. There's a ton of different stuff. So if you don't have a subscription to Adobe that allows you to use Lightroom, do it however you can find somewhere to do it. There's a variety of different ways to do it. Google doesn't say that they use that, but they are an information company, and there's a very good chance they're at least looking at that data. They're very likely that they strip it out because obviously there could be some privacy concerns if you showed where pictures were taken. That said, when you're putting pictures up there, you want to make sure that they don't show any kind of personal information like people's addresses or any personally identifying stuff like a family photo or something like that. So just kind of take a look at them and make sure that you're not posting anything that one of your customers might get mad about. So that brings us to content. So this is a little bit fussier, but it is almost as important as Google Business. And I say it's a little bit fussier because Google uses, and all search engines, but I mean, really we're talking about Google here, use the EAT formula for determining what content is. And that stands with 2 E's now. That's a fairly recent change. It's experience, expertise, authority, and trust. So experience refers to the user experience. When someone gets to the content on your website, are they going to have a good experience? That means, is it relevant to what they're searching for? If it's not, they're going to bounce right off there. They're going to be there for 2 seconds, and they're going to go look at another search result. So you want to make sure that the stuff that you're writing on your site has value to somebody that gets there. There's lots of other things. So let's just run through some of the critical stuff. It should solve a problem. So again, that's providing value. So if you're an HVAC company and somebody's searching for AC repair near me, what you're gonna want to solve for is thinking that person probably doesn't have a lot of experience with doing this. They may not know how to choose one. They might be a new homeowner. They may be renting. There might be any number of reasons that they have never done this before. So you want to say, look, if you're searching for AC repair in whatever your geographic location is, you should consider how certified are they? Are they licensed? Are they insured? How long have they been in business? I mean, if you have a problem, are they going to still be in business? How do they feel about service? Is service important things to them? Because if you think about like in HVAC specifically, that's the main thing. They want to know that they can trust you, and they want to know that you're going to get there fast to solve their problem because they're not comfortable. So that would be a way to write content for something like that. It should be written for a specific search term. So if you're working for a web design company, or like you're redoing your website, and the customer or your vendor that you've chosen for that is asking you to provide them for content, try to get out of that contract before you. I mean, basically, they should be writing the content. They should be doing the research. They should know what your top keywords are being searched for in your geographic area, and it does matter. If things are searched for differently in Oklahoma than are searched for in Florida. So that they should be providing a list of those keywords, making sure it's appropriate for a business, and then writing the content such that it satisfies all of these things and a bunch of other stuff. Our content creators actually work with tools that grade their content while they're writing it, and it makes it much easier for them to write the content so that it satisfies these other things like reading at a 9th grade level, being over 800 words, using short sentences and short paragraphs, and then using images. And if you're technically inclined, when you put the image in there, it should not only be appropriate to whatever it is you're writing about, but as an image standpoint, but it should be named using the keywords and the geographic that you're targeting. And there should be an alt tag in there that also has the keyword and the geographic that you're putting in there, along with descriptive information about the image itself. So those are the main things with content as far as expertise goes. Experience goes. For expertise, this is largely the social cues of the social media profile of the account that created the content. So this is both the personal account and the business account, and that would mostly be LinkedIn and Facebook. Although any social media that you have, either personal or professional, absolutely consider updating it so that if you have certifications, business licenses, memberships to local things like chambers of commerce, if anything like that you can put in your Facebook or LinkedIn profile or any other social media profile, put it in there, because that is when there's, and also your digital marketing firm should be writing these articles as you. This is a fairly new thing though, from Google as of 2023. And so if they haven't been like that in the past, it's understandable, but they're going to be like that going forward, or they should be if you're working with somebody good. So this is important. Get those. It's a pain, but get those social media profiles. Get them looking good. Get your expertise, links to your expertise in there. There's a lot of value in it. So authority is how authoritative your site is in the area, in your geographic area. So links from other local entities like chambers of commerce, churches, not-for-profits, these are all really good things. So if you're giving time or money to a not-for-profit, if you're a member of a chamber of commerce, if you're a member of a church, ask them for links. Say, hey, would you mind linking back to our site, because there's a lot of value there. And this is totally doable for most local businesses. There's a lot of value in those links. And then trust is how trustworthy is your site. So the main things here are having an SSL and good reviews on Google Business are the two main things. So if your site is not secure, or if you see those mixed security warnings or mixed content warnings in Chrome, go in there, or have whoever's managing your website go in there and run a search for, if there's things, that are linked that are not secure. If there is, hopefully you have a secure security certificate, an SSL on your site. If you don't, get one. And then as a segue to the next thing, good reviews on Google Business. So we're going to circle back to the 2023 Google Pie here. And so after content, the next thing is reviews, and we're going to talk about reviews. So ask for reviews from happy customers. This is absolutely number one, right? customers are they're always gonna review when they're mad. If they've had a bad experience, I shouldn't say always. They are more likely to review you when they're mad because they're motivated. They want to lash out and they want to take it out on you and yell at you online. So you're much more likely to get reviews from bad customers that had a bad experience than you are from good customers that had a good experience. So ask for them from happy customers. You got to ask for them. They'll do it if in that moment that they are super satisfied with whatever service you provided. Ask for the review right then and make it as easy as possible. And we're going to talk about how to do that. So if you own the thing, you can go over to read reviews, and then at the top you're going to see there's a little get more review link, and there's a little thing there, and you copy that. And basically what that does is it goes directly to the modal window in Google Business Profile. In your Google Business Profile when they can start typing their review. So it is a super low friction way for them. They just click on that link, or in this case, what we're showing here is scan it and then go right to that thing and start typing. So it's really easy. They have to be logged into their Google profile, but honestly, there's so many people that have Google profiles and they're almost always logged in. So unless they did something like clear their cache or like go to their phone and clear everything in their phone and all logins and everything else like that, then they're logged out. Most people don't do that very often. So there's a really good chance that they're already logged in to their Google profile. So then put it on stuff that your customers see. So on your review page, leave us a review. On your, bug and termite control. So put it easy to use review link. Put a QR code on there that they can just point their phone at it. These days, you just point your phone at it, tap on it, and it'll bring that modal right up, and then they can just start typing. Put it in your email signature. These are all really great ways for you to send this stuff out to good customers. If maybe leave that out. If you're responding to a customer via email that they just had a really bad experience and you're trying to mend fences, take that out of the signature in line under those circumstances. But once they're happy, send that last review to them or send that last email to them and ask for the link or, ask for their review, because they'll probably leave you a good one. Definitely then if you've turned a bad situation into a good one, they're probably going to do it. So respond to reviews, good or bad. The good ones are pretty easy to respond to. There's a couple of things to think about, but the bad reviews, we're going to look at one here. So I'm hiding this because it's not fair to call this person out online, this business owner out online. And honestly, this really was not their fault. We do manage this stuff for them. They basically got a call from someone and had every intention of sending the estimate. And all business owners know that just some days you just get overwhelmed and stuff slips through the cracks. And this is one of those times that happened right after he spoke to this person that left the 1-star review. One of their really, really big commercial accounts said, "Hey, we got a giant job. We need a quote, and we need it immediately." And he's contractually obligated to provide those quotes X amount of time, yada, yada, yada. So he had to do it. And when he was done with it, he was exhausted. And by the next day, he had completely forgotten that he was supposed to give this person a thing. He did think about it. He did remember it eventually. And so he finally was like, "Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about this person," and sent them a text and said, "I'm so sorry. I wasn't able to, we're not able to do it. We got a really big job in." Now, well, he maybe could have handled that communication a little bit better. I don't really know what happened there, but if you're doing that, try to imagine the way you can handle it so that they don't leave you a bad review, so you don't have to go through this. But in this case, they did leave a bad review. So we just recommended, we saw it and we reached out to them. And of course, the owner, and he's mad. He's just like, "Oh, that's not fair." And he told me everything that I just repeated. And so this is what we said. One of the keys with this is you don't want to use the word "you" when you're responding to a negative review. I've hit on this on many of my other podcasts, but "you" is a really, really powerful word. It can be perceived as very accusatory. And so if somebody's already kind of feeling defensive and you say, "You did this," even though you may mean it like just matter of fact, nothing, like no, hidden ulterior motives or anything like that, they can perceive it as being her, and maybe somebody that's already, and it's like if somebody comes behind them and is reading this review, if they had a bad experience, they might see it as being accusatory or you being defensive or something like that. There you go. I used "you" and I shouldn't have done it. They could see the response as being defensive. That's kind of how you do that, is if you're trying to use that word that shall not be said, that pronoun "you," instead refer to whatever it is. So in this case, the project, or the estimate that we should have sent, that kind of thing. A lot of times you're going to turn you into we, like we should have done this, not you didn't do this. So we said the timing on this was really unfortunate. The project we took on was with a customer that we're contractually obligated to. We only have so many people to do the work we get, and it was just not possible to provide good service for both the projects with the staff we have available. When that is the case, we just don't feel good taking it on. I hope someone else was able to provide a good solution. Let us know if we can. We'll see if we can get it scheduled later. So, this person's never going to call them again. And really, we're as much and really more responding to the next person that's trying to make a purchasing decision as we're responding to this customer. So that's done. Plus, Google has said that if you get a 1-star review and you respond to it, they're not going to ping you on that trustworthiness part of their their algorithm. If you get a string of 1-star reviews one after the other, I think you're probably going to it's probably going to start affecting that. But if you get a string of 1-star reviews one right after the other and they're legit, there's definitely something in the business that you need to look at. So it might be a good thing, because you've got somebody, you've got a CSR, somebody's not doing something that they're supposed to be doing. So none of our customers ever get a string of 1-star reviews. Most of them have a handful, and that come in not even every year. And we just do this. We respond to it. So that's that. So use keywords in your responses whenever possible. So in this one, we're going to look at a good review. So here's a 5-star review for one of our HVAC customers. The person came home at 3:00. Their air conditioning wasn't working. They called Cunningham. This is one of the real values in asking for the reviews, because just the very review itself, you are getting your users, customers in your area, to provide keyword-rich content to your Google Business Profile. That's just about as good as it gets. And so this one has, first thing, air conditioning was not working. That's a really nice key phrase. Cunningham, your business name, their business name. Air conditioner, quick service, Palm Coast, which is a local municipality around here, which is a really good municipality too. There's generally pretty nice houses up there, and so the higher ticket jobs in general. Fix my air conditioner, and then Cunningham again, efficient. That in and of itself got a ton of keywords in it. So we're really happy with that. We don't really have to do much more than that. One of the keywords that we really try to target for them, though, which is one that's really popular search in our area of Central Florida, is AC repair. So in the response, they provided, the Cunningham customer provided AC repair for this client. And so we said we're so able to help with your AC repair. And then also when they call somebody out by name, we'll almost always say, hey, we heard, we're going to send it along to Gary, because they really love whatever that tech did for them. And they want to know that the business owner is going to say, hey, good job, and give them a $5 gift certificate or something like that. So it's always good, to respond specifically to the review. I would say one of the bad things to do is just copy and paste the same response over and over again. It takes like 10 seconds to just type out an actual legitimate response. And don't keyword stuff it. So don't try to get AC repair service, AC repair company, AC service company. Don't try to get like 5 different keywords in there, or just jam them in wherever you can. Just use it once and just make it read the way that it should read. You can almost always get a natural keyword in your response to these things. So definitely strive to do that. So I think that's pretty much it. We'll run through just to recap what the stuff is. So 30% of use ranking well in local is going to be your Google Business Profile. Fill it out. Make sure that you're posting content or posting posts to it regularly, post images to it regularly, figure out how to geotag those images. Get that thing looking great and really working hard for you, and keep at it. If you can post to that thing, we try to do it for all of our customers. We try to do at least once a month, and then depending on the tier, our highest tier customers will post a couple of times a week to the Google Post, because right now it has that much value. That may not be the case in 2024 or later on this year, but right now it does. The content, get the content on the site, keep creating content on the site, always be thinking about the keywords. If you're not responsible for the content and you have a company that's doing your website, they should be putting content on the site on a regular basis. If they're not adding content to the site on a regular basis, they should be looking at content that's already on the site that's not ranking well and improving its ranking using a variety of different tools. Then your reviews. Reviews are critical. Try to get them. Ask for reviews from happy customers. Try to get that review link in as many things that your customers see as possible. And then, when you get good reviews, respond to them. Try to get some keywords in there. If you can get geographic in there, great. If not, if it doesn't sound natural, don't shoehorn it in there. Just get it in there. Just get the keyword in there and a geographic if you can get it in there realistically, like it actually sounds, it reads well. And then bad reviews. If you get a bad review, respond to it immediately. Be polite. In some cases, it'll be something like, oh, so-and-so didn't show up. And if you have no record of that person, just say, oh, we're really sorry. We don't have a record of an appointment with this name associated with it. Again, don't say your name associated with it. Say this name associated by this, by this name or anything like that. Just try not to use you. And if we're really sorry that if we had an appointment with you, we are really sorry that it slipped through the cracks somehow, which is very unusual. Please reach out to the office and we'd like to make it right. The other stuff, links, that's going to be link building from other entities outside of those ones we talked about that are a little bit harder to get. If you are working with a digital marketing firm that's managing your website, they're probably doing this. They should be. If they're not, they should be. It is 13% of the pie. It's equally as important as reviews from an SEO standpoint, but I feel like reviews are more important because there's also a conversion of a factor associated with that. So it's more likely that a person is going to see that review and make a purchasing decision based on a good review. So-and-so did an awesome job. Loved Gary. Called at 3, out by 6, fixed my AC, and I went to bed comfy. That has a lot of value. That's additional to just helping with the SEO. The behavioral stuff, that has to do with how people are on the site. That can really be managed kind of with content. That's, making sure people don't bounce off the site all the time, constantly. That is going to be by providing useful content. So I think the content and the behavioral are kind of go hand in hand. Citations, that's one of those things. You don't have to keep them up like current all the time now. It used to be that every month you had to go through and update all these citation things and stuff like that. That it was really kind of silly. I mean, your business doesn't move that often, and they drop that from being super important. But it is important to make sure that your citations match across all of the primary citation things like Google Business Profile, Apple Maps, Yelp, stuff like that. They should all have exactly the same NAP, which is name, address, and phone number. I'll do a podcast on that probably at some point just to kind of get you current on that if you're subscribed to this podcast, which I hope you are. And then the final thing is personalization, which is really, not something that's 3%. I wouldn't worry about it for most. That's the final strokes. It's really not that big a deal. So that's pretty much it. That's the main thing. Those are the main things that you have to think about when you are, trying to rank well for your local business in Google. Obviously, I own a company that does this for you. So if you would like to talk to us, I'd be happy to sit down and schedule a strategy session with you where we look at your website and talk about what you're doing well, what you're not doing well, and how we can help you. And I mean, our goal is to grow your business. We want to see you grow. There's nothing that makes us more happier. Me, the SEO team, the content creators, the graphic designers. There's nothing that makes us more happy than seeing our customers flourish. We love seeing extra trucks on the road, or a new showroom, an upgraded facility. That just makes us so happy. When a business owner shows up to a meeting, or when I show up to a business owner's location for a meeting and they got a fancy new car, and I feel like we had a little bit to do with that, and they had a lot to do with it, but we got on the phone calls that they converted into business and profit, and it improved their life. And that is just, there's nothing better than that. So we would love to do that for your business. If you're a home service based business, or home services business, or, local personal services, give us a call and let us have an opportunity to do this for you. Again, it's 386-677-3519. That's 386-677-3519. Give us a call and let's talk. All right. Thanks for taking the time to watch this, and have a great week.